Typeset. Ooh, a game that talks about fonts and how to typeset things, and it's a word game. All right, that sounds interesting. Let's take a look. Each player has their own board that they're going to be writing on, and all the letters are going to be placed in the box here face down. Now, all the letters are out here on the board. This is just so you know what letters are in this box. And each round is going to be 5 letters. So we turn over letter V. Now, each player has to write V at the beginning of the leftmost spot of one of these. And you can also write an I. I'm like, well, V also usually starts with, there's an I usually after it, so I'll put an I there. So VI. Then we turn over the next letter, F. I could put F here, VIF, or I could just start another word with F. Now, 5 times over the course of the game, you can say, I don't want to take a letter and circle one of these, although you can see the 3rd, 4th, and 5th time, you're going to lose points. So we turn over another letter here. We have M. I'll start another one with M. Let's turn over the next one. Z. Ooh, Z's tough. However, Z is a challenge letter. And if you use 3 challenge letters, you will get a wild letter of your choice. Also, if you write a letter in all 4 of these marked spaces, you get a wild. If you use a special ability 3 times, you get a wild. And if you cross off all the vowels here in one of these columns, you'll get a wild. Z. Oh, I don't know. And then the next one is H. H. So let's pretend I did Z for that. That's the end of a round. These letters are then going to be moved up here just to show that they've been used. And then each player in the game can decide whether they want to end the game at this point, which you would not do this early in the game, but at some point you can end. Otherwise, you have to add 5 more letters. Here's the thing. If you finish a word, the length of the word is going to give you points. If you don't finish a word, the length of the word is going to give you negative points. You'll also lose points for errors. And then you have all this stuff here, which you'll add these points together, and the most points is the winner. Now, I mentioned a special ability at the beginning of the game. You can play with one of these or not. This is thin space. It says mark a row. It may contain 2 shorter words, or ragged lines of type that do not start at the end. So place instead in the second available leftmost space of a row when you place these. You can use these if you want to. You don't have to. No, here we have justification. Mark a row. The letters are now placed right to left in that row. Oh, well, that could be confusing or not. And that's essentially the game. After everyone decides that they're finished, you'll add up your points, and the most points is the winner. All right. I like the look of this game. I like the font names. The game itself has a very interesting vibe to it because you are building words. I get M first. Ooh, an M. And I got a D. Okay. So I'll put an O, ma, de, and then an I after mo, ma, de. All I need is the F now because I know Y is a vowel, and I got modify. That's great. And then the F is never pulled. Now, I could do something else to get a wild thing there. And that's how this game is. It's interesting, but you're kind of, when is that tile going to be pulled? I need 1 tile to end this word. But there's 1 more round. I have to draw 5 tiles, which means I'm either going to have to destroy words I have out there or take them out here. And that's the end of this game for me often fizzles out. It's good the rest of the way through. I like the special ability. I like the idea of writing words down. It has your typical Scrabble rules, no proper nouns, etc. And I like the concept of it, but it just misses that mark. Now, I think some people might not have as much of a problem with it. It's the ending that fizzles out for me. This is a 6.5. It's almost there. But it looks good. I don't like the cloth mat, but that is what it is. But I like the idea of putting it out a tile, and you're trying to arrange them, not rearrange them, but you're guesstimating how a word's going to end. But you have the vowels, and you can put them out whenever you want. Great. And getting wild letters isn't particularly difficult. But sometimes you're like, ooh, I need an S, and there's 3 more out there. And then 1 doesn't come out. And it just, that kind of, for me, that's a little deflating in a sense because there's a little bit of push your luck. In fact, it says it's the press your luck word game. But also, you have to press your luck. It's not like I can do the safe thing because if you do like a safe word like cat, you're going to lose to someone who gets a slightly longer word. So you kind of have to press your luck in this game. It's not really an option. So there's some interesting ideas, and I think some people, my wife liked it much more than I did. She loves word games, but for me it was almost there. That's Typeset.